Let's boost your conversions. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources to optimizing and scaling the rest of your funnel. Now, irrespective of what you decide to do after watching this guide, there's one thing you should do with all of your funnels, and that is segment them. So most funnel strategies look something like this. You have your traffic sources, your landing page, and then of course your sequences and your sales pages and all that other fun stuff. Well, you want your funnel to go from looking something like this to looking something more like this. And this is just a common theme that you'll see throughout optimizing your conversions. And that is you want to segment as much as possible, because the more you segment and the more you dial in having one landing page for one traffic source or some of the other strategies we're about to cover, you will find that it's a lot easier to read your data and it's a lot easier to improve your results based upon that data because you're segmenting things out so much. And of course, we'll go through tracking links and a basic UTM strategy in the last section. But first, let's go ahead and dive right into the most important part of your conversion process, your landing pages, because the better your landing pages convert, the more traffic you have going through your funnel, which means the more things you can test, right? Because if we have no leads, can't really test the rest of the funnel. So there are three things we need to test with our landing page, or three keys to success with your landing page. Number one, reduce the friction. Number two, no distractions. And number three, of course, grab more attention. And I actually did those out of order. So we're going to do number two first, which is remove distractions. So there should be no external links whatsoever on your landing pages. People have two choices. They either join your email list or they leave. That's it. We don't want to try and grab the attention of like, oh, well, maybe they'd be interested in this, or, oh, maybe I could link over here so they try this. That is the fastest way to lower your conversions. So you want to make sure that people can do one or two things. They either join or they leave. And that's it, because that's what your landing page is designed to do. And of course, I'm not including any legal disclaimers that you may or may not have to have at the bottom of your landing page. Now, number two here, because I did them out of order, is going to be remove friction. So this comes down to what information do you actually need to move your sales process forward? I mean, do you really need to know their company size, their location, or their phone number, let alone their name when they're just joining your email list? Probably not. So to increase our conversions, we're going to reduce the pain or friction of becoming a conversion, and that is just ask for their email. Seriously, you can always collect more information later on in the process. And if you find that you get too many unqualified leads, what a great problem to have, then you can start adding friction in the beginning. But especially if you're just getting started, you're trying to improve your rates overall, just ask for less information. You can always collect more information later on in your sales process. Now, number three is going to be continuous, right? This is going to be something that you're going to continually do, and that is write attention-grabbing headlines and then run tests against them. So I'll link up in the cards and the description to a super deep dive headline writing guide for your landing pages, your sales pages, even your upsell pages, to help you with this process of constantly coming up with new headlines. So here's how split testing and copywriting new headlines works. So let's say we have landing page one, and then we're actually going to make landing page two. Most softwares allow you to do this. And so what you'll do is you'll have two copies of the same landing page, and then you'll split the traffic to them. So you'll have landing page A with headline A, and then you'll have landing page B with headline B. And then you just sit back, wait for a couple hundred people to come to your landing page and see which one gets the better conversion rate. And then you keep going with that one, and then you make a new test doing the exact same thing over and over again. And the reason the focus is on the headline is because your headline is designed to grab attention. And so if you think about 80-20, like what's the 20% that's going to produce 80% of the results, it's going to be your headline. Sure, you could try some other things that we'll get to when it comes to lead magnets, or you could try switching out your bullets or maybe the page design a little bit. But at the end of the day, the biggest factor in your landing page's success is going to be that headline. And so that's where you want to spend a majority of your time, especially since you can't test more than one thing at once, right? If you try testing your headline and your bullet points and then one does better than the other, you don't know why one worked. Was it the headline? Was it the bullet points? Was it the combination of the two? So you can only test one variable at a time. Now, this next test is going to be the most time consuming and have the biggest impact. and that is your lead magnet. So coming back to our diagram, of course, we have our individual landing pages, and then we are split testing them per traffic source, but they're all offering the same thing, right? So one of the biggest variables that you could test is going to be the lead magnet itself, what you're offering in exchange for that contact information. So I'll link up in the cards and the description to a full-blown video that goes through 9 different lead magnet ideas to help you come up with some real quick. And of course, with this particular example, let's say instead of just offering everyone the same lead magnet, one is going to be a report, another is a template, and another is a tracker or some sort of organizer, right? And you'll find that when it comes to the difference in conversion rates, what you're offering is always going to be the biggest factor. In fact, sometimes we create multiple small paid offers before we make a course or before we offer a service just to see what people are interested in. Because sending out a survey and saying, hey, would you buy this? Is so much less powerful than just putting up a landing page and saying, hey, are you going to give your email for this, right? And so this way you can guide the rest of your funnel based upon what people are actually genuinely interested in, as opposed to sending out a survey and trying to figure out what to create next. And again, link in the cards in the description to a full-blown video for some lead magnet ideas. Now, hopefully you're getting some leads, right? People are checking out whatever lead magnet you decided to go with, and some people are hitting your sales page. Well, on your sales page, there are 2 elements that you want to test. Number 1 is the headline, again, right? So link in the cards in the description to the headline copywriting video. And then number 2 is going to be the first 90 seconds of your sales message. And so if you don't have a sales video, then what you want to do is test the above the fold, right? So in this particular screenshot, you're seeing everything that happens before someone has to scroll. All of those elements are what you should be testing. So 90% of your tests should be based upon your headline, your subheadline, maybe how you open or what you start your text-based sales letter with, or of course, the first 90 seconds of your sales video. And that's going to have the biggest results or biggest impact on your conversion rate overall for your sales page, because that's going to be where the majority of the attention is. And once you have a good conversion rate, then you can start going and tweaking all the other little things on your page. But definitely at the top, above the fold is where the biggest impact is going to be. Now, this next one is something that every sales funnel should have, but oddly enough, a lot of people don't do this even when they're just getting started, and that is have a upsell. So if you already have an upsell, then just start split testing different upsell offers or start split testing your upsell headlines to see what converts the best. If you don't, here's some quick math to demonstrate the power of an upsell and how this is just going to supercharge your sales funnel revenue. So let's say our front end offer is $97. We get 10 customers. We make a total of $970. Of course, I'm ignoring transaction fees, right? We all know it's going to be less than that. All the merchants take their cut. So let's just say, for instance, we're trying to run traffic with this, right? And so we only have one offer, and so we have to try and make our traffic work with a total of $970 in sales. So let's say, for instance, we add one upsell offer, and it's a membership at $37. And of the 10 people, 1 out of 3 take us up on the offer, right? Well, all of a sudden, our revenue goes from 970 to over 1,000, 1,081, and we have some reoccurring revenue coming in for the next 3 to 6 months, right? Depending upon the lifetime value of your customer. And then let's say we just go really crazy and we say 1 out of 10 people takes us up on a $197 offer, right? Because there's going to be a very low conversion rate. Well, all of a sudden, we've gone from 970 all the way up to just over $1,300. So if you take a look at this chart, we won't spend too much time on it. You can always pause, timestamps below to come back. You can see that our average transaction value goes from $97 all the way up to $138. And this is really important because now you have so much more money to go find new customers, right? So all of the conversion optimization things that you could do in your funnel pale in comparison to just adding some additional offers to try and increase your value, right? To try and increase the amount you gain per customer, because once you do, you can afford to go get more customers and you can hopefully get more traffic through so that you can more quickly, that's not the way to say that. So you can, oh gosh, talking over myself. So you can split test and test other elements of your funnel faster because you're getting more people through the door. If you're only getting 100 or 200 sales a month, Well, it's going to take you a while to get to statistical significance to actually know if an email is working or a sales page or a landing page is working, versus if you can afford to send more people through your funnel, you're going to be able to split test and improve faster. There we go. That's the way to say it. Now, the second to last step you have is email automation. And there's some bad news here. Unless you're using something like Drip or really ActiveCampaign, you're not going to be able to split test your emails. Most email service providers out there allow you to split test your broadcast. So this is where you log into your account and you physically send out an email. But when it comes to setting up an automated sequence, someone joins your email list, they opt in on the landing page, and then you send them some emails over the next couple of days to try and get them to your sales page or book a call with you. Well, email autoresponders don't actually allow you to test those. Why? How do we know? We looked really, really hard and we could not find one. So unless you go over to ActiveCampaign and you start spending a lot of money and you have more than 10,000 subscribers and you're already making money from your email list, you can see that the pricing here is pretty steep. It doesn't make sense to split test your pages, or split test your emails. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but focus on other parts of your funnel until your email list is at the size where it makes sense to actually hire someone to help you with ActiveCampaign, because it really is annoying and it's very, very technical. Now, when it comes to everything we've talked about thus far, most softwares will allow you to do it. You can go ahead and check out something called Google Optimize, which is a free tool from Google that allows you to run split testing on all of your pages. And so you can check that tool out. It works with just about any page builder. So if you're using a software that doesn't have split testing, then that's definitely something that you would want to check out. I personally recommend using something called Systemi.io for your sales funnels. It's incredibly cheap and you can get started for free. So link in the description. If you decide to purchase, we do receive a commission as a way to support this channel. Now, the last thing that you're going to want to do with your conversion rate optimization is start making tracking links, and make tracking links for everything. So you've probably seen a long, complex link that looks something like this. You have the actual URL and then a bunch of stuff after it. Well, if we use some color coding, you can see that there's actually specific information in each part of this really long, seemingly random link. And when we break it down even further, you can actually see that there's a bunch of information about what the link is driving traffic to, where the link has been pasted, and more specifically, what video, ad, blog post, podcast the link was shared on. So I'll link up in the cards and the description to a deep dive video on how to build UTM links, which is what you're looking at here. And so these allow you to tell Google Analytics the information on the traffic of where people are coming from to your site. And when you combine it with e-commerce tracking, you'll actually start to know the exact ad and the exact video, the exact blog post that drove the most revenue or got the most clicks or got the most leads or subscribers. So make sure you check that video out after this one. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you have some ideas for split testing your own sales funnel, and these were all helpful in terms of figuring out where to start. So definitely start on that landing page, and then start testing your lead magnet, and then try and start testing your sales page, and then try and come up with some upsell offers. Link in the cards in the description to an upsell offer idea video, as well as a video to help you with some lead magnet ideas as well. So hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.